I am a professional puppeteer. You see, puppetry is rather a lot like fine art. You've got to do it right or it looks shit. The skills actually require strength across the whole body. I have to work hard to stay in shape. I have a strict morning routine. Get up, work out, have breakfast, go to the toilet, then put on my puppet for the day. My father was a puppeteer, as was his father, and his father's father. His father's father's father worked in a bank. Was always quite disappointed by his sons, grandsons, and great-grandsons' choice of career. Hello. There's no money in puppetry, he would say. And he was right. But he's also dead. So who's laughing now? Haha, I am. This is the sort of diet you need as a puppeteer. Water, oatcakes, simple. It's a discipline. Because I was brought up by a puppeteer father and an interpretative dance mother. Yes, times could be hard. We didn't have the latest toys, the fancy gadgets, the foreign holidays, but at least I always knew what they were feeling and thinking by how they were expressing it through their bodies. I'll never forget one Sunday morning I walked into their bedroom and I saw them expressing themselves very vigorously against the fitted wardrobes. It turned out later they explained it was part of some new performance piece they were working on. The leather outfits, merely costumes. It was quite an extraordinary performance, and one I'm sad to say I never saw them. Oh my God, they were having sex, weren't they? As a puppeteer, I often get asked to do corporate work. You know the sort of thing, office parties, motivational speeches, AGMs. It's very important that you sort of break the ice in this situation. You make a sort of connection with your audience, yes? You! What is your name?
Mike.
Mike, right. Mike, what is it that you do?
I'm here on work experience.
You're on work experience, Mike. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. As interesting as puppetry? I think not. Shut up. You see, the key to puppetry is honesty. If you train your body well, it will reveal the truth, even if you are trying to conceal it. That may be why my first fiancée left me at the altar. Because when the overweight council official asked if I took Marilyn to be my lawful wedded wife, I said, I do. Now, watch how I use puppetry to subtly suggest that one of you in here may need to pull their finger out. Who's it going to be? Mike. Now, I've heard that your work here is satisfactory. You seem nice. However, there may be some room for improvement. Yeah, so just think about that. Yeah, I've told him now, so you don't have to. But you could also use puppetry as a form of assertive self-defense. For example, the other day I was approached in the street by a young person wearing a hood. They claimed to be lost and looking for their mummy, but I knew it was a ruse and I was in danger. It's amazing how small these hoodies can make themselves look. She can't have looked more than 6 years old. So I immediately sprang into action. This is what you do. Yeah. She ran away, crying for her mummy. Yeah. Muggers 0, puppetry 1. This is my lead puppet, Marco. He used to work for the government. He's a very effective spy. For example, say that this here is a dangerous terrorist. I'm looking this way, so he has no idea. But Marco's looking that way. And he's making notes. We don't work for the government anymore, no. They used me. They used me like Geppetto used Pinocchio, like Rod Hull used Emu, like that bloke off Sooty used Sweep. But now I pull the strings. I keep all of my rejection letters in here. This is so that when I'm famous, I can employ somebody to reply to all of these people, enclosing some positive press cuttings, a picture of myself signed "fuck off," and an improvised explosive device. Or perhaps I could just invite them all to a massive party and then massacre them using a series of ironic but deadly traps. Or perhaps I could just put a shit through their letterboxes. Now, let's take one of these rejection letters at random. Not that one, not that one, not that one. This one. From David Thompson from Edinburgh. I'll read it out, don't worry. I'm not going to do the accent. I'm going to try. I'm just aware I'm not going to do it. Dear the Puppeteer. See, starts politely enough. Thank you for your letter and DVD. Still polite, but wait for it. Unfortunately, we don't feel that puppetry would be an appropriate training course for the Firefighting Service of Scotland. Also, I hope you don't mind me mentioning this, but I didn't understand where the puppetry came into it. It just seemed to be you waving your arms around. If anything, it looked like mime, and I'm afraid we already have 3 mime workshops a year, which we feel is adequate. Well, you know what they say about firemen. Often die in fires. Particularly when they've been tied to a chair using puppet strings, covered in petrol and set alight. I would imagine.